As you know, we've been around for a while, and as you know, I have been world building. It's on hiatus right now, but we are planning on bringing that back very, very soon. Just in time for a brand new segment that's going to be happening at the start of our show. Yes, that's right. Careful Creations is something that we're going to be working on and doing a little demo for. Brought to us by our brand new partners, friends over at World Anvil. So let's jump on over to that, shall we? This is the right one. As you folks asked last week, you wanted to see a magical item. Hold on, let me just go ahead and make sure that I've got my fancy music playing, because I did pick out some fancy music for this. Yes, I did.
Fancy music. Oh, no.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't be scared.
Okay. I'm scared because I can't hear the music again.
Okay. It's okay.
Good.
You'll be all right.
Okay.
So what we plan on doing, we're going to be showcasing some of the wonderful things that World Anvil has over on their site. As you may know from, now it's a little loud in my ears. Hold on. We'll get this right eventually. From my world building stream, I always use World Anvil. It's been a fun time. Their articles have amazing prompts that you can use for writing, and that's really what we're going to be using for the actual article or items that we are going to be homebrewing. So how this is all going to work, because I'm just ad-libbing right now. Let me pull up my notes, because that's probably a good thing. Okay, so how this is all going to work. Every week, another one of the Cantrip cast, Careful Cantrip cast, that is going to be doing their own little bit of home brewing themselves. It's going to range from magic items to buildings to people, places, things, all of that wonderful stuff. And you guys get to decide. Every week on our break, we are going to be doing a poll with a few options on there that you guys can choose from. Now, that is not the only thing that we're going to be doing. First and foremost, I need you guys in chat, someone go ahead and roll me a d20. I'll go ahead and wait.
Ooh, drum roll.
I will also wait.
As I pull this up. A very nice foul. Natural 20. Okay, fair enough. So we are going to be choosing from a list of voices that we're going to have to be presenting with. And it looks like this one landed on... Okay. So without further ado, allow me to present to you my workings.
Is this thing on? Today I'm going to be presenting the Wispy Rod. A magical rod filled with 5 will-o'-wisps ready to pounce on any target. The rod can be used as a spell focus and is proficient in the hands of any caster, albeit once attuned, giving them a 1+1 to ranged spell attacks. Its mechanics and inner workings. The artificer known as Whittler now carries the Wispy Rod on his belt in a show of ingenuity and possibly as a weapon, should the need ever come. For an enemy ever to approach, the Whittler can use an action to use the rod to cast a ranged spell attack, and as a bonus action, to activate the rod's cap, sending both the spell and wisp at his target. On a successful hit, the spell takes effect and the target takes 2d8 lightning damage from the wisp's shocking tendency. How does Mindari do this? I don't know. In terms of its history, the Wispy Rod was born out of an unfriendly neighborly dispute between a farmer and a swamp hag. The hag had taken up residence in a bog on the farmer's property, to which the farmer was not too fond. The farmer put up less than cordial signs on the edge of his bog for the hag to see, and the hag of course reciprocated by sending will-o'-wisps into the farmer's bedroom at night. The wisps would illuminate brightly and make a loud buzzing noise, never allowing the farmer and his wife to sleep. Up to his wits' end, the farmer hired a group of adventurers to drive the hag off of his lands. The heroes made their way to the bog. They happened upon the wisps and managed to capture them in a jar. After defeating the witch, the party's artificer took the root of one of the swamp's mangrove trees and hollowed it out. He then carved runes on the exterior and added hinges to the end of one end, to keep the wisps inside. Oh my god, why did I write so much? This was a horrible idea. The farmer and his wife now sleep happily along with their newborn son. However, from time to time, the farmer will find expletive words carved on the other side of the remaining signs, visibly readable from from the farmer's homestead. Oh boy.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is taking up way too much time. Crimson is right. We will narrow that down a little bit. But a big thank you to our friends over at World Anvil for sponsoring this segment. You all are absolutely wonderful. And hey, if you want to try World Anvil out yourself, number one, it's free to sign up. But while you're checking things out, if you want to sign up for one of their wonderful, wonderful memberships, you can go ahead and use the code Careful Cantrip for 40% off the first 12 months of your subscription. So there you have it, folks. Enjoy, as always. Let's go back to our full screen, shall we?
We shall.
We went back. Okay.
Okay.
And we've got our regular music back up. With that said, thank you so much for sticking around. Again, we will be returning back to our wonderful world building days. Actually, that's another announcement. We're going to be going back to do world building on in May. Start of May, we are going to be starting our world building sessions again. We are going to be primarily or entirely focused on campaign 2. Because, that's coming up pretty soon. We're in the last phase of everything. So diddly doddly, woobly wobbly. With that said, that is all the announcements I have for the evening. That is all the announcements we have for the evening. Make sure to go check out World Anvil. Make sure to go check our friends over at Mithril Armory out as well. But without any further ado, players, are you ready?
Ready?
Yes, I am.
And trippers, are you ready?
Yeah, get on with it.
All right then. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands? We're starting off with jazz hands? Okay, I'm okay with that. Let's get some tunes going,
This is
shall we?
spirit fingers.
just as early.
Same.
Jazz
Same
hands.
Spirit fingers.
ASL for applause.
Yeah.
ASL for applause? H-sex language?
Yeah.
No.
Dave,
American
no.
What?
American Sign Language, but sure.
American Sign Language.
Oh, right, that too. Sorry. Okay.
Oh my gosh, the dogs tonight. Crazy.
Great start to the evening. Okay, focus, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we last left our heroes, having finally arrived in the Bay of Trelis, the party ventured forward on Lord Lucius Presage's airship. Upon entering into the harbor, they were welcomed by a number of water elementals. Some that they had seen before, others not so much. However, all of the water elementals immediately recognized the Wards of Defiance, as word had gotten out and spread amongst the entire town of their deeds in saving the town from the merchant barons. The water elementals explained that the merchant barons had been driven out of town and that there was a new council that was temporarily taking custodianship of the town of Trelis. As the party ventured downward onto the mainland, They first made their way towards the town hall. There they were greeted by a very, very familiar face. The lovely Birdie, who had seemed to taken the lead on the council on the city of Trelis. Birdie explained to the rest of the party exactly what had transpired. That not only did the council now arise with a few of the familiar faces of the parties taking up leadership, but also that the refugees of Boku had finally joined. The party then explained to Birdie that a battle was coming, a war that would end all wars, that they would need to call upon the city citizens to help fight. Unsure of what to say to them, Birdie decided to call a council meeting so that the party would be able to speak to the other council members firsthand, all dignitaries that seemed to represent the many factions inside of of Trelis. As they awaited for the meeting to happen, Birdie took the party up to where the merchant baron's mansions used to sit, now being a residing spot for the refugees of Boku. As they went up to the merchant baron's areas, they took note that the Lionhead Mansion had been torn down entirely, and in its place, a memorial garden to Alcor had been raised. Beautiful, living drawings played over and over again the battle against the Black Knight, showing the victory of the Wards of Defiance. As they continued onward, they made it to the first mansion, where Lady Vander resided. A warm welcoming was had between Lucy, his mother, and Betsa. A bit of catch-up was done between the family members before Lucy explained that they too would have to join the fight eventually. After a small meet and greet with Lady Vander, the council member meeting was now ready. The party made their way back to the town hall, and as they sat within the council members' room, many of our party members tried to put forth reasonings as to why the city of Trelis should join them in their fight. Many of the council members agreed with what the Wards of Defiance had to say, pledging a few of the residents towards the fight. However, there would need to be an announcement to the rest of the people, and Birdie asked the Wards of Defiance to do that themselves. With a feast looming over them the next day, as well as the speech, the party made their way back to the mansions in order to find rest for the evening. And as they did, Alara rested her head. Closing her eyes, a vision crossed over them. And so, our story continues. Alara, I guess I need to pick a card.
You don't have to. You could just leave things. It's fine too.
Could be good.
It could be bad.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Always love that word.
Yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
As you begin to drift off, a strange dream overcomes you. you find yourself once again on a floating rock in the middle of a star field. However, looking around, you seem to be the only one present. As you survey your surroundings, you take note that you seem entirely incorporeal. No body at all, just a consciousness. Turning around, you look down at the big blue orb known as Bastia. Seeing the darkened shadow of the silence creeping over top of it. You instinctively move off from the floating rock, making your way down towards the world proper. And just before you hit the blue skies, you take one last look at the silence and smile. As you draw a deep breath in, letting it billow outward, representing the entire winds of the world themselves, the silence is pushed away. You smile, knowing that the world is safe within your care. As you float down leisurely towards the ground level, your mind or your consciousness or whatever you are at this point in time instinctively goes towards your friends. Seeing Lucy, Eli, Trix, Ollie, Pavo, and Ash. They all seem to be together at this point, laughing, joking around. But strangely enough, you hear almost echoes of their voices. However, the echoes don't seem to be saying the same things that they are. Some speak of worry. Some speak of anger. Some speak of joy. Confused and unsure of what you're exactly experiencing, you feel a tug pulling you away from the world once more. What was once ground level now becomes a bird's eye view as you continue being pulled outward towards the starfield once again. And where a little confused, you are comforted in the fact that your friends all seem fine. The rest of the night for you passes by. No strange vivid dreams. However, when you wake up tomorrow morning, you will have 5 charges of what I call Ultra Insight.
What does that mean? What's Ultra Insight? What does that mean?
At your choice, choose an NPC or PC, and you will have the ability to read their thoughts.
Stay away from me.
You will need to make
no.
an insight check. You will need to make an insight check.
Okay.
However, if successful, neither NPC or PC can hide anything they are thinking from you, and all must answer truthfully.
Oh my God. Only 5 charges?
I thought about that, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to let her have this for 24 hours. This in Alara's hands is far, far too powerful.
Yeah. Blow the whole campaign out of the water.
Yeah.
One episode. Just start sending messages.
Yeah. As Alara continues to sleep away like the rest of the party, one member seems to have flown away off somewhere. Ash. As you transform and wild shape, spreading your wings wide, flapping them instinctively, you leave a closest windowsill and the rest of the mansion behind. Where are you going?
I will make my way to a cliff top overlooking the bay, so I will have a good view in the morning when the sun is rising. I will put a bedroll on the cliffside, light up a bonfire, and just snuggle in and wait for the next day to start.
Okay. As you sit by the bonfire side, holding your hands out, allowing the flames to play, eventually you get memorized by the flames itself, watching them dance around. As you fall into a deep slumber that night. The night passes with no interruptions. And as the morning comes, you're awoken to the loud sound of excited gulls, seemingly doing a little dive bomb fishing within the bay. You feel the warmth of the early morning sun recharge and rejuvenate you. You think back to the vision you once had, being summoned forward by the flames of the sun. And you're reminded of the warmth and comfort of your people back home. Is there anything you'd like to do?
As the sun is rising, I'll wake up and take a meditative position, and I look at the sun and the rays starting to hit the cliffside. I will put my hand in the embers of the bonfire, take one in my hand, put it close to my chest, and flame will start to burst out, and I will catch fire completely. And my eyes will turn into embers, and I will cast a spell to scry on my village back home to see how the people are doing and to make sure everybody's okay.
Okay. As you relish in the flames, your consciousness vanishes from Trelis, suddenly appearing back close to the volcano of your tribespeople. As your consciousness wanders around the city streets, you see a number of individuals from your past. Your close friend, Tasha. Another druid. She seems to be studying out in the early morning sun as well. Something you would typically see her doing before dragging her off to whatever escapades the two of you would get into that day. Leaving her side, you make way towards your parents' hut. Your mother making an early morning breakfast for your father, as she had done so many times. Your father waiting impatiently for the food to arrive before he goes off to work. Surprisingly, you also see your sister. And in her arms, she cuddles a newborn child. The child coos happily. And even though you are so far away from them, you're reminded of how good life can be, how happy your people are, and how important it is to protect what you love so dearly. Leaving your family's hut behind, you make your way back up towards the volcano. Peering over its edge, you look down to see the flowing magma below bubbling. A telltale sign of your people that trouble is on the horizon. As you open your eyes once more, the flames all around you begin to die down. As you remain seated in your meditative state, now seeing the Bay of Trelis in front of you once again. What would you like to do?
I stand up, like my stuff, and I'm like, well, we got some stuff to do today. And I will make my way back to the mansion through the market and buy some breakfast things, sweets and stuff like that on my way over there.
Okay. You stop at a small shop in the market, pick up a few things before heading back to the town hall. Eli. You awake the next morning to the beautiful smell of sweet buns, something you haven't smelt in many, many years. You remember all of the special occasions, holidays. Your mother would always make these wonderful sweet buns for you and your father.
Eli will inhale really deeply and then kind of smile and then like sit up fast and look around and see who's there, if anyone's in the room.
Looking over, you see a small bed with your young sister face down, snoring away loudly. Not as heavily as Trix usually does, but nonetheless, definitely reminds her of you, or you of her.
He'll chuckle and then he'll get up quietly and then he's going to try to tickle her feet.
Okay.
To get her up.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Okay.
Alice's perception is so high.
31.
Not that high.
How about it?
Sorry.
As you make your way over to Ellis, not a single sound is made as you creep over. Beginning to tickle her feet, the snoring stops. As she begins to kick instinctively towards you. She lets out a loud yawn as she opens her eyes. As soon as she sees you, a bright smile graces her face before turning into a bit of a scowl. Stop!
I will not stop. I keep tickling her feet.
Continuing to tickle her feet, she begins to laugh, unable to hold on to any kind of bitterness towards her big brother. Pulling her feet back, she pops up onto the bed before running over, trying to tackle you.
I'll let her tackle me a little bit and I'll pretend it's hurting me. Eli will be like, ow, 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 okay.
Good
morning.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm just joking, kiddo.
I'm a big, strong
You're gonna be
alligator.
You are.
Yeah,
we're keeping that on the low though, right?
Yeah,
About the alligator stuff.
Rawr.
Oh, I know though.
Hungry.
Smell that?
Uh-huh.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast time.
Yeah. As she
Let's go.
holds her hands up and begins to squish her fingers together.
What are you talking about? I was going to race you.
Okay, but I get to say go.
All right, fine.
Okay.
Let's get in our ready positions.
She
And he'll,
gets down
kneel on the
into her
floor.
ready position. And she looks to you. On a count of 3. Ready? 1,
I'm ready.
2. And she begins to run off in front of you, howling with laughter as she throws her hands up into the air as she runs out of the room.
He'll follow her. Trying to keep up. And like, hey, you cheated. Playfully.
Following her outside the room, you find yourself in the small residency of your parents, now staying in one of the mansions. Both your mother and father greet you as you walk in.
We smelled sweet buns.
Of course you smelt sweet buns. This is a special occasion. We're all back together for the first time in God knows how long.
I know. Doesn't even feel real.
No. I'm happy that we're all here, though. Go sit.
Me too. Yeah,
Talk to your father.
And I'll have a seat. Hey, Dad.
How you doing, kiddo?
Did you leave any sweet buns for me?
Of course, a couple. I mean, you are up so late.
I was up before Ellis, and he'll tousle her hair playfully. She want to get up.
Yeah, I'm sure it was her.
It was Ellis, and he'll look over at her. Back me up.
She just giggles and smiles, looking downward.
Okay, I see how it is. That's fine.
So what do you got on the plans for today?
I think we are going around trying to convince people to, and he'll kind of look at Ellis.
She's just kicking her feet
Join
in the
us.
chair. Oh. So you're doing that today?
Yeah, we're going to need all the help that we can get.
Well, your mother will obviously have to stay with Ellis, but if you need another, you can count me in.
Yeah. That sounds good.
We should talk more about this later. Maybe not in front of the small one.
Yeah. We'll have some breakfast, get some food in our bellies, and we got lots of time to chat.
Sure.
Lucius Presage will be there.
Lucius will be there.
Around. Yeah.
You seem a little aggravated by that.
Me and him had some words.
Eli,
What? I didn't touch him. I swear.
you know what happened wasn't his fault.
If it wasn't his fault, then you guys just up and left of your own accord.
That is half true.
Right. I had a feeling he was hiding something.
When Lucius first came to us, he explained the gravity of the matter. That things were stirring up over here in Qatar. He needed us for our specialization. Now, we didn't know that it would take us this long. We didn't know that we wouldn't be able to send word to you outside of the city. Hell, we didn't know that we were going to be trapped there by God knows what that creature was. It was bad circumstances, kid. But no one's to blame for this. Yes, we have
That's not
time
how
that we
he
need to
spun
make
it.
up. What did he say?
He said he hired you for a job.
He did.
And wouldn't own, yeah, but he wouldn't own up to it when I said he must have made you guys feel like your backs were against the wall. I don't trust that dude as far as I can throw him. I think he's out for himself.
Men of power usually are.
Right.
That doesn't make them evil. It makes them asses. Sure. But just as much as he craves power, just as much as he continues to build his empire, you have to remember the people he's given opportunities to. You can't do what the Presages do just by yourself.
Yeah, he made that very clear.
Someone's got to make the world go round. And while
hear
we
you.
might not understand it, it's a difficult position to be in. We had to make a tough decision to come here in the first place. Whether we chose the right one or not, well, yes, it took our time away from each other. But we feel we are doing something good. If what you say is true, and the world hinges on what you're doing right now, none of this would have been possible without him.
And Eli will kind of, he still looks stubborn, but he's nodding along. Dad, I get it. If I didn't know that he was an important part of all this, I would have never agreed to work with him in the first place. Besides, Lucy told me that he came around.
Well, that friend of yours, Lucy, has a gift. A way with words not a lot of people have.
That's your thing? Sure.
Words are
He's
very
got tact.
powerful, Eli. Words are very
Yeah.
powerful. Just you wait till that you're a head of a household of your own one day.
As long as they're not empty ones. And to his credit, Lucy's don't really seem like they are.
Great words, a little too pretty for my liking.
You're telling me. You seen the guy's hair?
I have.
Tacky.
Well, the gold is a bit much. And the green streak. Well,
It's all a bit much. He's got a whole thing going on.
And myself.
needless to say, I think that all of your friends' hearts are in the right places. You're lucky to have them.
I know. I wouldn't be where I am without them. They've all saved my skin here and there. In one way or another. They're very important to me.
I hope that when this is all over, it remains that way.
He'll gulp. Me too.
In that moment, your mother walks over with a hot plate filled with sticky buns as she puts it down on the table. All right, you two, enough is enough. Let's just enjoy our breakfast, shall we? Eli's got a lot to do today.
I cannot wait to eat one of these again.
Well, dig in.
And he'll pull one off of the top and he'll like admire it a little bit first and then smell it. And then can I fit the whole thing in my mouth at once? Like just partially to like bug my mom because I know she's going to think it's gross.
Given the fact that you're a halfling, I would say absolutely yes.
Okay. Yep. You'll eat the whole sticky bun or sweet bun.
As you shove it into your mouth, your cheeks puff out wide like a big old squirrel with nuts in its mouth. She gives you
warm. It's so good, Mom.
She gives you a whack upside the head. You really haven't changed, have you?
Oh, still me.
Ellis, no. You can see looking over, she is just smushing it into her face at this point. Bits of cinnamon and sticky icing just now covering her entire face.
He gives her a thumbs up of approval. Wise you choose.
A laugh is shared between the entire family as the rest sit down and enjoy a lovely little breakfast together. For the rest of the party, you wake up in your respective rooms before making it out towards a common area that Betsa had pointed out to you the night before, seemingly where most of the mess hall lies. As you make your way downstairs, you can't see her, but you can absolutely hear Betsa calling orders from somewhere in the kitchen. What would you all like to do?
Well, we got a lot of work to do today, so I think we should start with a nice hearty breakfast.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
Healthy stomach is a healthy mind.
Just holding out his like mirror, just like kind of fixing his hair. Still groggy.
Your hair looks great, Lucy.
Oh, I know it does, but thank you.
Wow.
You all find a
ruffle his hair.
You piece of shit. Swat you away.
as you all find a round table to sit at. It takes a few minutes, but Betsa eventually makes her way out of the kitchen. Aye, it's about time the rest of you woke up. So, are your bellies empty?
Yes.
Very empty.
All right.
There's a weird vibration coming from inside of my torso. And
That's
I think
the
food
oddest
will cure that.
way I've ever heard that described before.
It's a new sensation to me. I'm still trying to discover the terms that you guys use for these things.
All right then. Well, it's strange to hear, but all right. So, breakfast for everyone then.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Right then. I'll let Lady Vander know you're awake as well.
Thank you.
She hurries off to the kitchen, preparing you what she can. Not a lavish meal that you're typically used to from Betsa's cooking, Lucy, but nonetheless, a hearty breakfast as she brings it out to the table, laying it down in front of you. Lady Vander will be here shortly. Eat up, go, fill your bellies.
Thank you, Betsa.
Ah, you snide one. As she walks over and ruffles your hair.
Bitch. Pulls out his mirror again and fixes it again. Son of a bitch, by the way. Like, I don't know if it didn't pick up again.
Did not. God.
Son of a bitch to himself, he did not call. He would never. Okay.
As you continue to eat, you take note of a familiar face that walks through the door. The newest addition to your party, the tabaxi known as Ash. As he walks in holding what seem to be a number of sweets and candies.
Oh my gosh! Ash, can I have some?
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning. Wait,
I was going to put them on the table, but yes, sure. Take one first.
just really like candy. Here, I have some old. I have old stale candy. I'll trade you, and she'll take out her.
That'd be fine. Thank you
Really
so
solid.
much.
You don't want it? It could be good once you get past the outer crunch. The inside's probably still good.
Okay.
Wow.
I guess.
Okay, she hands it over here, and she'll just watch intensely.
I will hit my hand so the candy just becomes soft. And once it's soft enough, that we put it in my house.
Alar will use a charge to see what he's thinking.
Oh, God.
Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Okay. Oh boy, that's a 19.
19. What is Ash thinking at this moment?
I don't know, what does it taste like?
You get a
Like
mouthful
candies.
of stale, disgusting candy.
I'm like, ugh. I'll take it out. I'm like, yeah, I think this one just passed the date, and I'll throw it somewhere. If there's a fire, I'll throw it in the fire. If there's no fire, I'll just look around and just put it on the table.
Classic
Oh,
sticking the gum under the table. Nice.
Thought he was going to put it in Lissy's hair. The way this episode's so far.
You know what, Lara? You should take
What?
more and throw those one away.
Take more of the ones you brought?
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. Okay, where did you get these?
At the market.
You already went out to the market?
Yeah, was working in the streets. I thought I would bring something for breakfast.
Oh,
You know, I think I
Yes.
remember in my studies that part of being a healthy person is eating healthy, and I don't recall candy as being on the nutrition list.
You shouldn't believe everything you read.
well,
I got
Ollie,
nothing else to go by. I don't have the experience of eating breakfast all the time.
There, have a candy.
Yeah, have a candy. Your mind
Okay.
has changed.
I guess one day can't hurt. I'll go for it anyway.
And
As
then
the
we
friend-
leave the rest of the candy on the table for everybody to have one or more.
Laura will take some and replace her bag. And she'll take out the old bag and say, "You sure you don't want any more?"
You know what? I'll take it.
Oh, okay.
And at some point later, I will feed it to the fire.
Okay. Did you say that out loud? Or were you
No.
thinking that? Okay. Can I still hear his thoughts? Or is it just like that one instance?
Nope, it's just the one-time instance.
Okay. That's nice of you, Ash. Here.
You're welcome. I'm doing this for the people.
For the people. My candies were good at one time, okay? It's just been a while. But now I have better candies.
Yeah, as a time wizard, you should understand, like, at one time does not include that instance of time right now.
I wonder if I could use my staff to turn
What?
back. Is that worth it? You know, I have that really cool thing. Okay. Should I try it? Should I see if it works? Hold on. How many charges do I have? 1 second.
Sorry,
You
just so
want
I'm
to-
clear, you want to use your staff to unexpire candy.
I mean, I have a lot of charges left. Wait, hold on.
Priorities, you know how it goes.
Ice cream, chocolate milk, and candy.
Just in case. I shouldn't. I really want to, but I shouldn't. Just in case I won't. I guess this will be fine. I'll just keep these candies. Okay, Ash?
Not too long though, right?
Well, I'll try and eat them. How long do these ones last for?
Well, I don't know. You take one. If they taste bad, just throw them away. That's how I do it.
So anyway, Ash, what's the occasion? Why?
I don't know.
Why the treats?
Usually when I go to the market to buy some stuff, I just don't buy it for myself only.
That's very thoughtful.
I usually buy stuff for other people. But if you don't want any, you don't have to take any.
It's very, very nice of you. And Lucy will take one and put it in his robe pocket. Save for later, but I appreciate it.
All right.
As you finish up your breakfasts, the door opens once again as your companion Eli enters into the room.
With my dad? Or-
Your dad would have stayed back for the time being.
Okay. Morning.
Morning, sleepyhead.
What do we got?
We're having breakfast and candy. You should have some candy. Ash brought fresh candy, so it's not my stale candy anymore.
Candy? Oh my god, I just had like 6 sweet buns.
That sounds really good.
Oh my god, they're delicious. Before we get out of here, you should try. My mom makes them.
Okay. I was going to say, you didn't bring us?
What did he say? I missed that.
Trying to watch my figure.
Oh. Eli will give him like a really eye roll. I don't think there's any left, but I'm guessing she'll make some more. Sorry, I hadn't had them in so many years. They were my favorite.
Would it be nice if you could have
too?
Go ahead.
What's that, Ollie?
If you want to try this candy, it's actually pretty good. Probably not healthy for you, but I recommend it. It was really delicious. As I'm pulling one of the candies and Fidget near one of the candies to see if Fidget enjoys it as well.
Fidget seems to be crawling over top of the candy, really unsure what to do with it. Just kind of looks at it a bit and then turns back to you, looks back at the candy, back to you, and eventually just curls around it.
Oh.
Doesn't mind it, I think.
A few moments pass when the door swings open once more. As the vivacious and beautiful Lady Vander enters into the room. As you watch her enter, you all almost get a feeling of starstruck. Seeing just how majestically well put together she is. She approaches the table. Good morning to all of you. Hopefully you all slept well.
Good morning.
Good morning. You want a candy?
No, I'm watching my figure.
Okay.
Look over. Lucy will look over and wink at Eli.
Quite the day for all of you today. I was informed by Birdie last night exactly what is transpiring today. Are you all ready for such an event?
Well, I suppose as we're going to be.
Ready as ever.
We just have to speak from the heart.
Yes, well, I think you'll need a little bit more than that.
What do you mean?
You all have to remember, this isn't asking someone for a cup of sugar. You're asking many people to knowingly and willingly put their lives on the line for you. Yes, it is for a greater good, but common people don't understand that. If you want them to fight and you want to win, you must raise the morale.
Okay.
Advice. I'm sure. We
Well,
know
what's the-
exactly what to say.
Yeah, what's the
He's a little
best
unsure
way?
of himself.
Well, there are a few ways you can go about it. You must think of it from their perspective. These are people with families. These are people with friends. They have regular lives. Warfare and all this excitement is not theirs. They choose not to do that, like you chose this life for yourselves. Well, as much as could be said.
Mhm.
But I'm sure at any point most of you had the option to walk away. I mean, from what I've been told, once you returned from Survivor's Island, there was no reason for you to stay around. You could have gone back to your lives back home without a second thought. You chose to stay here. You chose to continue on the path that you're on. You must
True.
find a way to invigorate that sense within the people. Find a way to encourage them to be warriors like yourselves. Do you understand?
Lucy's just looking down in thought, kind of nodding to himself.
Lucy, as you look down towards the table, contemplating, a little bit of pepper that Trix had spread across her food seems to blow up into your direction. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please.
Chew,
Time,
baby.
buddy. Fuck, man. 7.
7.
What is with my low D100 rolls?
As Lucy continues to stare down in contemplation, you hear a huffing coming from him. As he takes in a deep, large breath and lets out a loud sneeze onto the table. You see as his body begins to change, morphing in front of you. His eyes now stretching up above his head like two stalks of a snail. And strangely enough, a strand of silk now begins to appear just out the side of his mouth. Lucy, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
What the hell is he?
Lara will pull the strand out from his mouth.
What?
As you pull the
That's good,
strand
at
away,
least.
it just keeps going and
It just
going
keeps
and going.
18 for the wisdom save.
18. For a brief moment, you feel the need to utilize the silk in some way.
Oh, God.
Whether it be knitting a scarf, knitting a sweater, knitting a jacket. But you shake your head as you push those thoughts and urges deep down.
When does this stop?
Quit it. Kind of strands himself, like flailing his arms around, gets his arms a little caught up in the silk.
Your mother,
Well,
with
let's hope this clears up.
a little bit of a smirk and a little bit of a look of disappointment. Lulu, you really need to get that taken care of.
I know. It's harder than it looks, but this won't affect today's events whatsoever.
I sure hope it does not.
How much time do we have? When does the it's during the festival, right? Or is it after the festival?
There is no festival. There's a feast that we're planning on tonight, but from what Birdie had explained to me, your speech will be happening later this afternoon. She's made sure that she's told all of the town criers, including, obviously, the most influential, a man named Yelp, that I've recently become aware of. He's spread the word to everyone within the town. It's quite a showing.
Okay.
All right. Well, are we all talking? Is one person talking? What's our
I am glad you asked that. So, out of game, this is going to be very much like a skill challenge of the spoken variety this time. So, how this is going to work, I am going to ask you all to pick a skill that you believe would be useful for the various types of people within your troops. These are merchants, laborers, academics, clerks, and a ton of others. Your part of the speech will have to be of the topic that is related to that skill. So you will be speaking to that skill as a topic in terms of your speech to raise morale. You'll have a few moments to speak to the crowd about your topic in an attempt to boost their morale. You will then make a skill check using the skill that you've chosen. Now, depending on how well spoken you are of the topic and how well it's received by the people, you might get advantage, you might get disadvantage, you might get a straight roll. At the end of all of this, there will be a score, a morale rating, if you will. This is going to affect the overall battle that's to come. You do know the number of troops that you have. Next is to determine the morale of the people that are fighting. There will be mechanics involved in the mass fight, but I'm not going to tell you all that right now because it's more fun to roleplay it.
So, a couple things with that. So I'll be talking to 2 people roughly, right?
I believe you will be talking. You will be talking to 10 people.
Guys, listen.
Gather around.
You will be addressing the population at large. So it's not individual groups that you're going to be speaking with. It's going to be the totality of the troops.
And we have to talk about the skill that we chose?
You have to use the skill that you chose as the basis of the speech.
Okay.
So I'm telling you this now so you have time to think about it when the time comes.
I'm just going to apologize now for our negative score.
Yep, me too.
Me too.
I got this.
Okay.
Well, you're just going to have to bring it back up. I'm sorry.
Stealing is an important part of life.
Stealing isn't a skill. A skill on your skill sheet.
I know.
Well, that's sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, shit.
If you want to win a war, you gotta tickle as much as you possibly can.
Can I just wait to talk to my monks? I mean, that seems more my...
Is if someone picks one skill, is someone else allowed to do the same skill? What
No.
the heck is
God.
that?
Oh.
I don't know what that
What was
was.
that?
I have no
like
idea what
someone
that
was-
is.
Smelting a really tiny sword. Like
It's really painful.
tiny sword.
Okay, that was weird.
That was very weird.
No one was
Okay,
moving
anyway.
or anything.
No.
That was strange. Okay.
Yep.
Someone was saying something.
Just took psychic damage. That's literally what it would look like.
I was saying, can multiple people do the same one, or just like one person?
High or low for your benefit, Ollie.
Let's go. I'm feeling low.
Okay. You can only pick one at a time.
Okay.
Sorry,
Wait.
one.
If someone
one,
else does it, you can't do it.
Correct.
Okay. You need backup.
I will smack all y'all.
I'll be taking stealth. Just
Also, Crimson, roll me a d20 when you have a second, buddy.
Do we say what we're doing?
No, I think it's better to wait.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay. As as Lady Vander kind of shakes her head a little bit towards Lucy, addressing the table once more. Remember, these are commoners. Speak to them in their language. And I will see you later for the feast tonight. We have a very, very special chef that's going to be heading up the feast for the evening.
Oh, I just realized who that is.
I don't know who it is.
Who is it? Who is it?
I guess we'll all find out.
A relatively newcomer, from what I'm told, in the city of Trelis. Should be interesting, nonetheless. But I won't keep you waiting here any longer. I'm sure you all have busy days.
Yeah, we need to prepare.
Yeah, I'm not one for public speaking, so I do need some preparation time.
Man, she
She'll be
really
great,
thinks
Ollie.
lowly of all the people. I mean, talking to the commoners and they don't know all this.
As you say this,
is she still there?
she's halfway across the room at this point, just about to leave the door before she calls out, "I heard that."
Well, maybe
Okay.
Trix.
Lucy stomps on Trix's foot. Don't talk to my mom like that.
Trix, maybe that's why you'll do really good, because you can reach them in a way that someone like Lady Vander can't.
She just nicely called you poor.
Yeah.
What? No, that's not what I meant.
Maybe you out of the group
Maybe
could
you, the
associate with
commoner.
all the lowly commoners.
I know it's not what you meant. I'm just pulling your leg.
You're smelly, right? Just kidding.
Well, what do we want to do until then?
Well, I'd
I
love
want
to
to
fix
see.
it. And Lucy looks like he's pushing the eye stalks back, trying to push it back into his head.
As
hell
Lucy
happened to you?
pushes down, you see his eyes kind of squirm out to the sides like strands of spaghetti through his fingers.
Ugh.
Mhm.
Ugh.
How long do you think that's going to last for?
Boy, I wish I knew.
Mm. I mean, I think you look great, but I think you'll be more relatable to the people if you're not a giant snail.
When you said that you were watching your figures, that's what you had.
Stomp your foot again.
Maybe you should use the stuff on him.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait. Before you do, I want to see if he leaves a slime trail when he moves around. Can we check that out?
Yeah, go walk over there.
Just for science.
He stands
just
upright in
curious.
his seat, just scowls at you.
Does he have a shell? Do you have a shell?
I think it was just described as eye stalks.
Nope, just the eye stalks.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to work like that. I think
got
it's
salt.
Make him sneeze again.
We have important things to do, people. As he's kind of like trying to cover his eye stalks.
Wait. Can you look in two directions at once?
That's kind of cool.
Let's focus here.
Wrong
And
corner.
as soon as he sees that no one's looking at him, he is going to try to look in two different directions.
Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
Oh.
Okay. Not great, but not bad. That is a 16.
16. While it is very jarring, your vision seems to split as you look in two separate directions. In one direction, you see a few of the other residents clearly starting to prepare for the feast. In the other direction, you can see a few of the individuals within the kitchen cleaning up from the morning breakfast service.
Oh, didn't like that. Just back to the forward position, I guess.
All right, what do you all want to do for the day?
I also realized that wasn't a high roll because I was rolling a d12.
You really need to stop doing that.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why don't we try to go get that book back?
We could. I feel like that might take a really long time because it's in a secure bank vault, right?
Depends. If we say that we need it and we talk to the right people, might just let us have it.
Do you think we should just go straight there? And I will be like, hello, my name is Solara, and I proclaim I am the owner of this book.
What happened to your
Why would you be
voice?
talking like that?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
tried to sound like hoity-toity because it's in the upper district, right?
Yeah, but that's not a thing anymore.
I also
Right?
feel like that would be discouraged.
Okay.
Sounds like
Well,
you're trying to
I
make
could
fun
just-
of it.
I could just be like me then. Do you think I could just go ask, or should we go to the pawn shop guy and say and ask him to go get it?
I would suggest
I don't
the pawn
know.
shop.
I would assume the pawn shop since he's the one who put it in there.
Yeah, but if he doesn't let us have it and then it goes missing, he's gonna know who it was. Do we care? I don't
think
care,
we should go to the
but-
pawn shop.
All right.
Okay. We can all go to the pawn shop.
Meanwhile, we should all be trying to think about what we're going to say.
Mhm.
So keep that in the back of your heads.
I think I
I'm
already
just-
know.
And Ollie, that would mean to be thinking about it. It's not. It's just a turn of phrase. Before you get
Oh,
the
I
pawn
wouldn't
shop
be able to
about it.
write anything on the back of my head. And if I
Yeah,
could,
yeah.
I would be able
Yeah.
to read it.
This is what I was trying to avoid. As Lucy gets up, and then as he starts walking away, he is going to also look to see if he's leaving a slime trip.
High or low for your benefit?
I knew.
I don't want to be so low, but
Trying to cover it the best that you can with your robe, you do see a sticky greenish brown substance that seems to be following you everywhere you walk.
Dib's not walking behind Lucy.
he turns a little red, starts walking a little faster out the door.
Gliding a little faster.
All right, you begin to make your way down the main road towards what you remembered as the lower district, no longer commonly referred to as that. Before you hit the street with the markets and the shops, at the very corner, you see the familiar sign, the large star on it.
Hey. Oh, you also just remembered that I was supposed to call somebody today or scry on someone. I remember Lucy, your mom was like, "You have scrying," and I was like,
You were
"Yeah."
meant to
And
talk to Quinn and let her
Who's
know
Quinn?
about.
Quinn, right? And I
Gray.
should check on Gray.
And you should
to s-
look and check on Gray, or try
Okay.
to at least.
Okay, so I need to do that, and I'm also gonna try talking to Rhea today if I can.
Okay.
Whoa!
Good
Why
idea.
are we doing that?
Well,
Hear her
I
shout.
just, you know, You don't know that yet.
You don't know.
Oh. I didn't say that.
Well, I had
Kirsten
this.
hearing thoughts.
I had this dream last night, and I just have a really good feeling that I can get a good sense from people today.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as
In
long
my
as you don't
dream,
vanish to some end of the world scenario. That's fine with me.
yeah.
So long as this isn't going to be, another sort of Brazilian thing where you
Well-
go alone on some kind of strange fight or journey.
No, I'll call right here in front of you,
Okay.
in front of
Alright.
everyone. Okay. Yeah, but guess what? Good news. In my dream, I was standing over the silence and I just blew it away. So maybe that's a good sign. Maybe it's a good omen.
That
Yeah.
easy, huh?
Yeah, well, it wasn't just like breath. It was like the winds of time or something. So I think it was
That's what it's really
metaphorical.
like to try to explain a dream to somebody.
Yeah, it made sense in the dream. So I think it's a good omen.
Let's
Well,
hope so.
better than a bad one, I guess.
Okay, should I call everybody after we go into the pawn shop then?
Yeah, let's do it when we get back.
Okay, let's go.
All right. I think you're going to take the lead on this. You're the one that talked to the guy. It was you and
Alcor.
Alcor.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm saying let's go. Am I going by myself? Is that what's happening?
We'll come in. We'll come in.
We'll
Oh,
follow.
okay. Okay. Let's go.
Laura,
All right, Laura, you got this.
as you enter into the door, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
Well,
That's me, right?
You're leading?
Yeah.
Pawn shop.
Ooh,
Trash trap.
damn. That's a 21.
21. As you're looking back, talking with your companions as you enter into the doorway, you almost trip over an individual that seems to be sweeping up. Moving aside just slightly, the young man seems to almost fall over himself as he lets out an oof as he hits the ground.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. I'm Alara.
Oh, that's okay. I'm relatively new here.
Are you? You sound like somebody that we once knew.
I do?
Right. Yeah, I guess not. What brings you here?
I'm the apprentice of this shop now. Yeah,
Oh.
Trader Rick hired me. I'm his apprentice.
Oh, nice. That's good. Why are you out here sweeping?
Out here, we're in the shop.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought we were playing. Okay. Okay. Well,
Well, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. My name's Mick. I'm from B-Town.
hi, Mick from B-Town.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Mhm. Well,
So, do you want me to get Rick, or do you want me to help out? I haven't been trained about it yet, but I could try.
oh, do you have access as an apprentice to his bank vault?
No. He hasn't.
Oh.
He hasn't given me access to that yet. I'm still cleaning the floors at this point. That's about the maximum of my responsibility.
Oh, do you want bigger responsibilities?
Yeah, I mean, eventually, yeah, but you got to start somewhere. Am I right?
Yeah,
Gotta stay
but I'm gonna.
peppy and perky.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good positive attitude. I guess maybe could we talk to him then?
Yeah. I'll go get him for you.
Okay.
Mick begins to scurry off to the back area. You hear a little bit of a soft berating happening behind the walls before Trader Rick appears once more. Welcome to my shop. It's good to meet all. Oh, I remember you guys. How you doing?
Hi.
Hey.
We're good. We're good. How are you?
Doing just fine. You're doing just fine. Store's doing well.
Good. That's good. We came here for a reason. And is there anyone else in the store?
We're all,
looking
we're all
around,
there, right?
doesn't
Besides
seem like
you
there's-
guys.
Didn't know what you were asking.
Looking around, there doesn't seem to be any other patrons other than yourselves. You can see off in the corner, Mick is continuing to sweep, but eagerly listening over.
I came because I need that book.
The book. Ah, right. The book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where is it?
Oh, now that everything's been, a little bit more at ease around here, I brought it back to the shop.
Oh. So it's here then.
Yeah, it's in the same room that you read it in.
Okay. I don't suppose that you let me take it this time.
Well, it depends on what you have to trade. Are you looking to buy? Are you looking to trade something in?
Well, I have something really big to trade you for it. Your survival. Not because of us, but basically, we got wrapped up in this whole big crazy thing, and basically, the world is going to end, literally, if we don't stop what's about to happen. And our best chance, one of our best chances of stopping that, is me having the knowledge in that book. If you don't give me the book, there won't be a book after.
Right. So I'm hearing what you're saying, Alara. So I'll take my survival. I'll go ahead and put it on the shelf. Make sure it's, polished up nicely. Get put a price tag on that of somewhere, and then I can sell that for profit, right?
No.
Oh, I can't?
You won't be able to sell anything because you won't exist.
Right.
Listen. I know she sounds crazy, but she actually this time is pretty spot on. This is serious.
And this book is going to magically save the world.
No. But
Well, the book, the knowledge in it might.
Might.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Look. You're a man of business, so we understand. We respect that. What exactly would it cost to take it off your hands?
I'd be willing to part with it. Say 1,000 platinum.
That's a little steep, don't you think?
Hey, if a book's
It's
going to
a
save the world, don't you think it could be priceless? I mean, you heard it here first, kiddo.
Okay, but
By the way, what's wrong with your eyes?
don't worry about that. That's not
Nothing's
what we're talking
wrong
about
with
here.
his
I am very
eyes.
self-conscious about that right now. It's rude.
All right. Door's over there if you don't like it.
Look. How about a trade?
What do you got?
Yeah, Lucy will reach into his pouch. Will pull out his ring of warmth and his ring of plates. Is that what it's called? Yeah, ring of plates.
No, you need that. It allows you to wear any armor. Because you won't be able to. What?
He can have mine then if he needs a trade.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need mine either.
Okay.
He'll put it on the table. Take it you know how to identify these.
Do I know how
Because
to
then you do it
identify
before?
these? Of course I know how to identify these. What kind of trader would I be if I didn't know how to identify these?
See it.
He pulls out a small monocle. As he picks it up, eyes them up. All right, you got some good items here. I would say this covers about half
Right. Okay.
What about this?
God,
And Alara will
platinum.
offer some candies. These are the best candies that were sourced from very, very, very far away. They're very rare candies. And they say that if you eat them, you'll gain magical powers.
Go ahead and make a deception check for me.
6. Come on, dice gods.
You hear from behind you.
Oh boy, I love magical candy.
Listen, kids. I've been around the block more than a few times. Hell, I just had some guy here not long ago telling me he's got a bag of beans that can grow a giant stock that'll take me up into the heavens.
Really should have taken him up on that offer.
I
Sounds
mean,
fun.
I didn't build my business based on buying magical beans. And I'm not going to do it with fake magical candy. Now, do you have something actual to offer, or are you just wasting my time?
I have...
My final offer, and Lucy will put down 400 platinum along with the rings. I don't have time to
Oh, wait. No, I have something really cool. I have the leftover...
Wait, let the man decide if this is enough.
But then, okay.
400 platinum, couple magic rings. You know, if you're right, and you don't screw this up, it's going to be the end of the world anyway. You have yourselves a deal.
All right. Pleasure doing business.
Pleasure. He takes the coins and the ring, puts them behind the desk, and makes his way towards the back room in order to collect the book.
As he's going, Lucy's going to turn to Alara. You and I are going to have a little one-on-one to kind of teach you how to haggle and stuff. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll get there. You did great, though.
Okay. I know. I came
Stop
on a
looking
little
at my
too strong.
stocks. You're looking up there.
I don't
It's
know
making
which
me
one.
uncomfortable.
I don't know which one to look at.
Just look at my nose. Always look at
Okay.
a nose or a chin when talking to somebody. All right?
Oh, okay.
Social 101 with Careful Cantrip. I love it.
Doesn't have a nose.
How to Make Friends and Influence People, starring Lucy. A few moments later, Trader Rick appears with a beautiful dark wooden case. You can see just on the top of it, there seems to be a glass top that allows you to peer into the inside of it. And inside, you see the worn down journal, The Paradox of Time, with the initials R and V.
Thank you. Take it.
Yeah. Best of luck to all of you and whatever it is you're doing, saving the world. Don't save the world as good as you are at talking to people, okay? And that tip is free.
Okay.
She does just fine as he starts like pushing Alara out the door and we all go to leave.
As you all leave the shop, unless there's anything else you guys want to buy.
Broke.
That was all my money.
If anyone wants to buy something, I have the remainder of those rings because there was 12 of them. So you could trade them here. We each have a few. Just saying.
No, but that does remind me, Dave, did I ever get those braces? Yeah, I did get the braces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And did she do anything with my spell focus?
You have not returned to her yet.
Okay, cool. Got it.
I don't want to buy anything, but Eli will say, "Hey, are you coming to the town feast later?"
I didn't hear anything about a feast. I heard about some gathering.
Yeah. Are you coming?
I'll be there. If everybody
right,
else is
we'll
going to
see
be
you
there,
there.
then there's no one to buy anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Are you-
catch you later then.
Yeah. Take care, kid.
See ya.
Bye.
As you all leave the shop, you hear from the back once again. Thank you for coming to the shop. I hope you enjoy your day.
Oh, Alara will go back in and say, excuse me, Trader Joe, Rick, Joe, whatever. Rick, Trader Rick.
Yeah.
Can you give your apprentice some more complicated work to do? Because I think your apprentice has more aspirations than just sweeping the floor. I think they'd be better use to you too.
Interesting. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay. My God. The 12.
Dig that hole.
Oh, geez.
Listen, he's a good kid, but sweeping the floor might be about as complicated it can get for him right now.
Well, sometimes you have to give people opportunities because they'll surprise you. That's my free advice to you. And then Alara will turn it
Nice. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Yeah, that's about as good as an Alara mic drop gets. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. As you leave the pawn shop with book in hand, you take note of quite a few individuals now making their way towards the main road, all headed in the same direction, up towards the town hall proper. And that's where we're going to take a short break for the evening. But as always, we do take questions on our little bit of break. It's not going to be long, probably about 5 minutes or so. Go do the bios and get our drinks. As always, we are going to go ahead and we're doing a dice giveaway today. Also, thank you for the raid that came in, Filthy Lot. Much appreciated. Sorry that we didn't turn the focus. My apologies on that one. Use the command !dice in order to be entered to win. You must be following the channel if you want to be a winner. And I think that's all that there is to it. Oh, and once again, special thanks to World Anvil for sponsoring our episode. Guys, if you want to check out World Anvil, it is free to use, but hey, if you're looking to expand the version that you have, you can use the code CarefulCantrip at the checkout and get 40% off your 12-month subscription. That's a phenomenal deal, and I know because I've been buying it for God knows how long. With that said, again, if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in chat. We will address them once we get back. But until that time happens, go get your orange juices, your apple juices, your candy juices, your snail juices. Sherry Bombette, if you're out there, stay tuned because you're definitely going to not want to miss the second half. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Okay, we did have a few questions coming on break, and of course, I forgot to do my duties and do the poll for next week's little, what did I call it? Careful Creations is what I called it. That's what it was called. We are going to go ahead. I will go ahead and start that poll now. Please go ahead and vote on that, whatever you see fit. And we'll make sure that we will also roll for who decides who is going next, because we also forgot to do that as well. Because we are such professional streamers. Pats on the back for all. So we did have a few questions on our break that we will go ahead and address. First and foremost, B-Town asked who wrote the music for the wait and intro segments. So the song is called Governor of the North, and it's done by Bonnie Grace is the artist name. I think. I'll double check and let you know, B-Town.
The intro, I'm not sure. All of our
like
music is...
The wait music.
Oh.
Yeah. I know it's called Governor of the North. I just don't... it's Bonnie something. I think it's Bonnie Grace. If someone can confirm that for me, that would be fantastic.
I'm on it.
Okay. Next up, Eli. Any sleepover potentials yet?
No sleepover potentials for Eli yet, but I do have this song, the artist. It's Joe Wandrini. I can put it in chat.
Governor of the North is by Joe something. Are you sure?
Wandrini. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay. I don't think that's right, but sure. We will confirm that.
Okay.
Question for the cast. If you could play one of the other PCs for a day, which PC would you want to play? Very, very good question. And I can answer
Laura.
too if I could. Okay. We'll start with Alara.
Oh, Eli, because I miss being stabby.
Okay. Lucy?
Definitely Tricks.
Okay.
For reasons.
Eli?
Laura.
Alara?
Lots of fun. Yep.
Tricks?
Well, it's funny that he says that because I would say Lucy.
We're trading.
Ollie?
Can I pick Shade? I'd like to be Shade. If he was still around.
If he was still
I want to
around.
play a character that just doesn't care, just can attack anyone he wants and just trash talks. Just the opposite of Ollie.
Constantly naked. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pavo?
Most likely Eli.
Eli?
Yeah.
And Ash.
So I already did Shades, so I cannot go back to Shades. I'll do Tricks.
Tricks?
Yes.
And who would I play? I think I would probably say Tricks too. Yeah. And I think that was all. No, LV, no sleepovers for Jess. I'm sorry. We're not taking applications. Okay, and I think that is all of the questions that we have for the evening. So with that said, let's go ahead or should we roll to see who does the world building next week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do that now.
Okay.
And we had a 3-way tie. So
We
maybe
did.
we can say that whoever the chat picks to do the session, they can just pick between, what was it, spell, vehicle, and what was the second one that
Character.
tied? Character.
I think it was, vehicle, spell, or character.
Yeah, I don't think it's chat who decides that. I think we're just going to roll the dice.
No, you just
it
had
was
them.
a 3-way tie on the poll to see
Yeah.
what they make.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I understand things. Okay, let's find out who is going to be the next world builder. And the winner is.
Oh, you're rolling.
Yep. I rolled a 4. So counting it out, we have 1, 2, 3, and Eli. Looks like you will be doing the next one. You have the choice of. Hang on. Let me pull up the things. Also, why is this so low? You can create a spell, a character, or a vehicle.
Oh, what about a character that you can ride that casts spells?
That's just Lucy. Do you want to save it as a surprise for next week?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
do that.
All right.
So a spell, character, or vehicle?
Correct.
Got it. Oh my god. Okay.
All right. With that said, let's hop back into tonight's episode. As you all begin to make your way out into the main road, you now take note of the hordes of individuals, like that of a large flowing river, that seem to be making their way towards the town center, up towards the town hall. What would you like to do?
Hey, should I make some calls now? Should I scry?
Let's
How much time do we have?
I don't
call
know.
Quinn first.
But shouldn't I see if I can see Gray? before I talk to
That would
Quinn?
be that would be
Yeah, I
best.
guess that's true.
So it'd be better if I scry Gray first, then Quinn. And there was someone else that I needed to call. Oh, Rhea.
Right.
Well, how much time do we have?
By
I
the
don't know. It
looks-
looks like people.
Yeah, by the looks of
Go
the
ahead.
atmosphere around you, it's people are starting to congregate towards the meeting spot.
Okay, so I guess later then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe so. Can't leave the people waiting.
Not looking forward to this, I gotta
Everyone
say.
ready?
It's gonna be okay.
Nope.
We just all have to talk from our hearts. That's what really matters. We go up there and we say how we truly feel, and we're all good people and we have good intentions, and they'll see that. And we'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Anna gave my look at mine and Bobby's face.
I know.
We're making the exact same face.
I know.
Let's get up there.
Okay. As you join the crowd, making your way up to the town hall, you can see a large gathering at this point that spreads out to the streets all around, almost like a queen's procession. A few people notice you as you walk by, wanting to shake hands and say hello. Quickly making your way through the crowd the best that you can. You hear off in the distance, there seems to be a minstrel playing. Very much almost like a marching band, playing inspiring music. Hearing this for the first time, Ollie, you get a sense of joy. You've received bardic inspiration. As you begin to tap your foot, you take note that Eli seems to be doing the same. Eli, you've also received bardic inspiration.
I thought you forgot me.
Not.
I think I'm feeling pumped.
I try as much as
feeling the energy
possible,
of
but
the
I can't. Making your way up to the doors, there seem to be two guards standing out front that simply nod to you as you approach, opening the doors for you as you enter inside. You can see in the center of the main front entrance, Birdie and the rest of the council members engaged in general conversation, some with looks of worry or concern on their face. As they turn and look towards you, Birdie gives a bit of a smile. I'm happy you're all arrived. Seems the time has come. How are you all feeling?
Seems that way.
Not nervous.
Not
We're
great.
good.
I feel hopeful.
Good for
It'll
you.
be fine.
All completely emotions to be having at this point. Public speaking is a very difficult thing to do. But I'm sure, given your experiences, that this will be a walk in the park for you.
Birdie, could you do us a favor?
Of course.
Would you mind opening the ceremonies and letting them know about the threat? I think it'd be better that they hear it from their leaders.
Leaders for now. Of course. I'd be happy to. I've also chatted with my fellow council members. Given the gravity of the situation and our previous experiences, we've decided that we will be joining you. We'll act as field commanders based on whatever you decide. Each of us will lead one of our own factions.
Thank you.
It's much appreciated.
It means a lot to us.
Of course, means a lot to all of us.
That alone will bring the morale up, I would say.
Aye, that and a bit of booze. I'll make sure we have plenty of that.
Make sure your soldiers can still stand there. Obvious.
Well, if they have too much, then we can always talk to my friend Sangon here.
Oh, they won't be standing for me. They'll be dancing.
Oh boy.
What? It's tense. I'm trying to lighten the mood.
You're a good man for that job, Sangorn. I'll give you that much.
Ah, little guy. Well, if there's nothing left, then perhaps we should make our way upstairs.
Guess so.
Get this party started.
Am I still Snail Lucy?
High or low for your benefit?
Hi.
And that is a natural 20.
All right.
Hey, there you go.
Just a turn.
Seriously, this way.
As you begin to make your way up the stairs, Trix, you notice that the strange goop that seems to be following Lucy doesn't seem to be following him around anymore. And looking up towards his head, the stalks seem to have receded back down into their proper places. As you make your way up a winding staircase, it leads you to a bit of an inside balcony that looks out, or looks inward over top of the main hall. A large alcove is seen leading outward to another balcony that resides outside. Birdie turns to all of you. All right. We'll get them ready for you. I'll make sure to call when it's time. Are you all ready?
Lucy
Ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
Very well.
We can do it.
I'm sure
Best
just
of
laying
luck.
out the facts will work.
Best of luck to all of you. As the council members pass by you, Bobicus gives Pavo a hearty slap on the back as you watch them all disappear behind the curtain that seems to separate the inside and the outside. Sangorn turns around just as he's about to make his way through. Good luck, you guys! You guys are my favorite! Vanishing behind the curtain. You can hear... You can hear the rumblings from outside. And as the council members appear on the balcony, you hear the crowd now start to cheer. You hear your Birdie's voice call out. Thank you, friends and fellow residents of this wonderful town. Much has transpired this year from the city of Trelis. No longer are we ruled by tyranny and greed. And there's only one group who was able to do this for us. I'm sure you're all aware of their names, as they have rung out from many of our lips. The Wards of Defiance, as you have called them. Your champions. Our saviors. However, they have come back to us with a need of their own. These are individuals who asked for nothing and delivered us everything. It is our duty and our right to help where we can. A dark cloud makes its way not only to Trelis, not only to all of Qatar, but all of Bastia at large. The wards have brought word of this and spoken to us as the council. We have heard their pleas. Without the wards, we would still be living in the ways and the rot of our lives before. They have joined us and united us like we've never seen before. And we give them thanks for it. Now is the time we must help them. A battle wages on the horizon. And as the council, we have agreed that we will assist. We have spoken for many of you, as we do every day. I realize this isn't the best of words to hear, but it is the truth. If we wish to continue our ways of life, we must listen to what the wards have to say. And so we've asked them to join us here today, to speak to all of you. Citizens of Trelis, I present to you our Wards of Defiance. A large amount of applause begins to ring out through the city square, as from your side, you watch as the curtain draws open. You see Sangorn's head stick around the side. Okay, it's your turn now. Come on.
Walk out.
We all
Yeah.
walking out together.
We all walking out together.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone out
I'm
together.
walking out. Confidence.
I will wait. I will wait for the group to walk out and walk after them, because I have no word of defiance.
Ash.
Lucy pulls on his tunic. pulls him with it.
The applause continues onward with loud hooting and hollering. Looking out, you see that pretty much all of Trelis has joined. Hundreds of citizens all staring up towards you at the balcony.
Lara will just lean over to Ash and really quickly just whisper, "You are with us now, Ash. You are one of us, whether you want to be or not. You're with us till the end. So you are a Ward of Defiance.
Great, thanks. But they don't know that.
You're standing with us. They accept you as one of us. And you're helping us now. So act like it."
Okay, Mom. Damn. Step a bit on the side, away from Anara. But still within the group.
Birdie raises her wings to the crowd once more as a hush falls upon all of them. Looking down, you see individuals of all shapes, sizes, and races. A young boy rests on his father's shoulders. An older gentleman covered in soot with a leather apron over top. An old woman, large smile with tears in her eyes just looking up towards you. In that instance, you understand the gravity of the situation. You understand that you mean that much to these people. As Birdie turns to all of you, the podium is yours. Who would like to speak first?
If no one volunteers, Eli will walk up first.
I'll pat him on the back as he goes forward.
He's not expecting it and he stumbles a little. He'll walk up and he'll kind of like,
Do you need a box?
He'll give Trix the dirtiest look. The dirtiest look. And then he'll kick her and clear his throat.
Can I use mold earth to make like the ground just rise under Eli's foot? Eli's feet.
Technically, you're not standing on Earth at this point. So.
Fine.
Are we done with the peanut gallery, guys?
Never. Not with this group. You're never safe with this group.
Eli will clear his throat. And then he'll say, hi, everybody, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages. My name is Eli. Thanks for coming out here today. We know that we're asking you to do kind of a crazy thing. And we understand that what we're asking is not easy. But we wouldn't be asking it if we didn't need you and need very important skills that you have to offer. And I know, trust me, as my friends here remind me on a daily basis, I'm a little dude. I know it's not always easy to imagine yourself as a fighter or a warrior. I know what that's like. But you have skills that we need. And one of those skills is fine motor skills and precise movement of the digits. Yeah? You guys know what I'm talking about? Bartenders. How difficult... Sorry, Louis is trying to get off my lap at this exact moment. Bartenders. How difficult is it for you to achieve the perfect pour? You do it every day. All right? Fine motor skills. Bakers. Mixing and measuring very fine, specific amounts. Right? Mixing it all together. Attention to detail. Locksmiths. Fixing locks. Right? Precise movement. Artists, cartographers, drawing, farmers, sowing delicate seeds with the small fine tools that I'm sure many farmers use. In summation, we need the skills that you have on the battlefield. We need people who are careful and intentional.
You hear an individual call up from below. You're asking us to put our lives on the line and you're talking about baking a damn cake.
Well, I was asked to make reference to a specific skill, so that's what I am doing.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yes, it's sleight of hand.
At disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
You're talking about going to war. You're
Yes, I
raising
know,
the
but you
morale, and you're like,
but you said
here's how to bake a cake.
You said to appeal to them and things that they do. It's a 27 at disadvantage.
Still good.
As
Now you
Eli
want that.
steps down from the podium, you look out once again as looks of confusion are now crossing the people's face. Who would like to step up next?
I'll go next.
It's going to be hard to follow that one, guys, let me tell you.
Hey!
Right, listen, everybody. Okay. This is a very important fight that we are fighting. We are not asking you to help us. We are asking you to help you, to help everyone. If we do not succeed in this fight, there will be nothing left. I grew up as an orphan with no family, no home to go to. You have homes, you have families. That's what you need to be fighting for. If we don't win this, there will be no homes to go back to. There will be no families to go back to. So you need to come out. You need to step up to be part of this team that's going to help your family and your homes stay as lovely as they are. So it is up to you, not just for yourself, but you need to convince everyone. You need to tell your friends. You need to tell your family. You need to make them understand the importance of what we are doing and the value that they all hold in helping us in this task. Well, not helping us, helping them. You need to convince them that that is why you're going, that you're not abandoning people. You are going to fight for them.
You hear a woman call up. And how do I convince my husband, my child, that my husband might never return?
That if he doesn't go and we fail, there will be no husband.
And what skill were you using there, Trix?
Persuasion.
Okay,
To
go
get
ahead.
everyone to persuade everyone else.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Bills 26.
26. As you step down from the podium, you see a few people kind of talking back and forth to each other. You see a few heads nodding in agreement with what you were saying. Who'd like to go next?
Ollie will inch his way up to this podium. Hello, gentlemen and gentle ladies. But you aren't gentle, are you? You guys are tough. Every single one of you are tough. Just like me and my companions. We've faced quite a few challenges along the way, but and actually we've made 1 or 2 losses, but through all of it, we've faced impossible odds and we've come through it. And it was a team effort, but I've been practicing first aid and medicine and the healing arts for quite some time, and it has come in handy, and it has saved a lot of my party members and kept them healthy and kept us fighting this fight to be here talking to you. And it helped us in freeing you guys. And among you guys are more experienced healers than even I am. They've been doing it a lot longer. But with them and with you guys, we'll be able to pull through this. We'll face smaller casualties, although I can't promise there won't be casualties. We, as the healers, will be able to support you. We'll help minimize it. And a lot of these healers aren't fighters, but a lot of you guys are. And these healers not being able to fight are willing to go into the front lines and risk their lives to save your lives. But if a lot of you don't join up with us, that fight might be futile. And to be honest, I don't want you guys to give up your lives for this, but if you don't, you won't have a life anyway. You, your wives, and unfortunately, even your children will vanish as if you never existed. And I'm here to fight and support, and so are all these beautiful people that have already agreed to join us in this fight. So please, allow me and them to support you and to support each other as we fight to keep our lands. And we also have the power gifted to me by Gibble, the Heaven Smith. And then I'll whisper, please, Gibble, grant me your strength, and I'll transform with my mace in the air.
As you begin to change into a man made of gold, you hear oohs and ahs and hushes from amongst the crowd. Ollie, go ahead and roll with advantage.
All right. 17.
17?
As medicine. Yeah.
Okay. As you make your way off of the podium, you hear more individuals that seem to be in awe of your transformation and what you've said. Who would like to go next?
Pavel will approach. Walks up to the balcony, starts looking down and just looking at people over before he starts speaking. I'm not one to have many words. I know what we ask of you is very difficult and isn't fair, but I do want every one of you to look at the person next to you, your loved ones, your family, the people you care the most about. This isn't a fight that is something that we're just afraid will change the way our lives. We're fighting for the survival of all lives. So ask yourself, is the pure survival of mankind worth risking your lives?
You hear a gentleman, older, call up. We were surviving just fine. Thanks to you. But now you ask many of our young to potentially sacrifice their life. What do you plan on doing for our continued survival?
Without the many stepping up to potentially sacrifice themselves for the others, there is no future for anybody.
Avo, go ahead and roll at advantage.
That was survival.
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Looking out, you see a few concerned faces. The gravity and reality of the situation seems to be becoming quite apparent. But many still look upward, on bated breath, waiting for the next. Who would like to go next?
Okay. Alara will skip over to the podium, and she will step to the side, and she will curtsy and then say, "Hi, I'm Alara." And then she will go to the front of the stage and sort of sit down and like hang her legs off the front of the stage and start like swinging them and like knocking them together. And she'll be like, "Okay, so I'm here to talk to you today. All these speeches are really intense. But if you know me, I am a really positive person. So I want to shed some positive light on things. So I want to talk to you about arcana or magic." And she'll hold her hand out and cast minor illusion. And you'll see like a general, like maybe two figures sort of like dancing together. Obviously nothing like too intricate. It's just minor illusion, but like two like ghostly figures moving around together. And she'll be magic like this. So, or arcana. Some of you may have tried something like this, like me, but some of you may have never tried that. But what's important in the next few days and weeks, maybe, magic is going to be really important for everybody. There's going to be a lot of magic around us. But I don't want that to make you worry, especially if you've never done anything like this before, because I want to show you and prove to you that you all do have magic. So what is magic? What's the core of magic? Magic comes from within. It comes from love, and it comes from the tenacity, which everyone here has experienced before. You all have things that you care about. You have friends, you have family, or something like maybe a home that you've built. And you've all experienced magic within those things. Maybe that moment that you finally finished building that house that you moved into, or a look that you shared with a loved one. And Alara will sort of like glance over at Lucy. Or maybe that first moment when you first hold your child in your arms. Those are all things that are worth fighting for. And those are all magic moments. That magic is worth fighting for. Magic is all around us. It's all around you, and it's within you. And it's going to guide you through the days to come. So hold on to it, but know that it's already within you, and we'll be okay.
You hear a younger woman call up. If there's so much magic, why don't you use that to solve this instead of calling upon us?
Well, I am going to use the magic, but my magic isn't strong enough alone. We need to use all of our magic, all of our different types of magic together. That's the only way that we're going to get through this together, is if we all work together.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Ha ha ha! Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. Okay, come on, dice. Don't fail me now. Yeah. 18, 19, 20, 22, 25. Oh wait, I didn't roll again. Hold on. I got 20.
Very nice.
That's a 28.
28. Very
Yes.
good. Alara, as you stand and look down towards the crowd, for some reason, your positivity has spread magic amongst the faces of many of the individuals, as the looks of confusion have now turned to smiles.
Oh.
As you step down from the podium.
Oh no, I'll stand up because I was swinging my legs off the edge of the stage. I'll stand up and go, and I'll curtsy and then shuffle back.
Make a performance check.
She falls.
Hey, that's not that bad. What is my performance? Okay, so 15, 17.
17. With a spin and a curtsy, letting off the ribbons of friendship spread out. You hear oohs and ahs coming from the crowd. What did you roll?
I rolled
17?
a 15.
A
15, or 17 with my modifier.
That will be added to your total.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Just as a point, real quick, as Alara gets back, he's gonna like take her hand and be like, "You did great," and he's gonna give her a kiss on the cheek.
Thanks. I was super nervous, but don't tell the others.
Ash, as you approach the podium, you immediately get a few strange looks from people. Mostly just because no one really knows who you are from here.
Hi, everyone. Name is Ash. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here. Believe me, I'm also wondering that. See, I met those guys about a week ago. And then I got exposed to all the craziness that we're actually explaining to you. And I understand the confusing looks. It's a lot to go over. All kind of emotions, all kind of wondering, what should I do? Believe me, I'm not even from here. I'm from Malshur. It's a whole other continent. I could hop on a boat and just be out of here in no time. But you know what? I got a family back home. Dad, a mom, 2 siblings, a newborn, which I haven't seen yet. I got some friends. And the only thing I know is like if whatever is happening here is not stopped, here will not be existing anymore, and neither will be Malshur, right? And I don't want to go back home and spend, 3 days with my family before I get to say goodbye to everybody. I'd rather be standing here with people I don't know, try to stop it. Because we all have families. We all have people we love, people we care for, people we don't want to see go. We have kids that have their whole life in front of them, right? You all guys came here and built something. It wasn't easy. You had to fight your way through. And every day you fight to make the day better. This isn't different. We need all sorts of people, right? We need cooks because we'll be hungry. We'll need medic because we'll hurt. We'll need blacksmith because, hell, we need pointy swords. So if you can help in any way, shape, or form, we'll be glad to have you. Thank you very much. I step away.
Damn fine work.
A few individuals begin to turn to one another and nod. Go ahead and what were you? What was your
Insight.
skill?
Insight.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
That's an 11.
11. Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
As the podium remains empty, all eyes now turn to look towards Lucy.
You got this.
Lucy will walk towards the edge. He'll look back at his mom, just kind of for reassurance.
She raises her head, motioning to hold your head high, and gives a smile of confidence towards you.
He'll take a deep breath, put his chin up, and face the crowd. Citizens of Qatar, there will be those that say fate dealt us a cruel hand. People of both Trelis and Boku suffered much. We're all so lucky to have things worth fighting for. Parents, children, husbands, wives, and friends. And they'll look back at the group. My companions and I have been through hell to fight back this threat, to protect both one another and these lands. Though it's been an uphill battle, I believe fate brought us all together for a reason. Without them, I wouldn't have grown to understand. He looks at Ash. Loyalty. He'll look to Pavo. Responsibility. Look at Trix. Perseverance. He looks to Eli. Bravery. And then to Ollie. Kindness. Finally looks at Alara. And love. What we ask of you is no small thing. Destruction looms over Qatar, and we all stand on the precipice of annihilation. If we stand together in defiance of it, we will prevail. Fate's truly smiled on me. What do you say we smile back? And he'll cast Major Image, make a giant sigil of the champions.
Nice.
And what was your skill?
Deception, because he's trying to hide that he is not as confident as he is appearing.
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead and roll with advantage for me, Lucy.
Ooh.
That will be 27.
27. Lucy, as you stand up at the podium, silence amongst the crowd. Before you hear a man call out, the same man with soot all over his clothes and a leather apron. To the fates, then! As he says that, a number of individuals start clapping. As the crowd begins to cheer all around you, a few hollers out, "To the fates! To the fates!" Out of game.
Like,
Extremely well done. If we could get some 20s in chat for our players.
Oh
'Cause
God.
in my eyes, that was a nat 20 all the way.
Aww.
Very well done. Very well done.
Butterflies all around.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. It's nervous sweating there.
As the crowd continues to cheer and chant, it seems the morale has risen without question. Birdie returns to the podium to address everyone. Thank you all for joining us. I, for one, will follow the wards into battle, with my head held high as well. Let us all defy the odds and save our lands. The town criers will inform you of next steps. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for your sacrifices, past, present, and future. And as my friend put it, to the fates. Another loud cheer erupts before the council members begin to exit, motioning you to join them behind the curtain. As you all leave the balcony, now headed behind the curtain on the interior, a few of the other workers within the town hall continue clapping. Bobicus looks to all of you. Well, I must say, you did better than I thought.
Thanks, Bobicus.
I think this is well earned. As he reaches into his vest, producing a flask. And raise a glass to the amazing job my players have done.
Aw.
Cheers to myself.
Cheers.
This is what a proud dad moment feels like? I'm into it.
Mhm.
As you all take a swig from Bobicus's flask, returning it back to him. Well, I guess there's only one thing left to be done then.
What's that?
Sangorn? It's time to party! As Birdie lets out a bit of a snicker. Yes, well, we will all enjoy the feast tonight, I'm sure. Well earned and well deserved, Wards. I remember the first day that I met you in my office, and while it was a pleasure to see Eli again, you all came so unpolished. Each of you being unsure of yourselves. You've grown so much. And while I unfortunately was never a parent, you have made me extremely proud, as if you were my own.
It's very kind, Birdie.
Glad we met you too.
Pablo just bows.
Well, the hard part is done. As Sangorn said, there's only one thing left to do. I'm sure we'll all see you at Lady Vander's feast tonight.
Mm-hmm. Is there going to be dancing?
Lady Vander, with a stern look on her face, approaches you with hands behind her back.
Hi.
Dancing. A smile crosses her face as she holds out her arm. Of course there's going to be dancing, as she grabs you into a warm embrace.
Oh, Laura will hug her back.
She whispers
He's like
into you.
behind his mom's back, like, this is a big deal.
As she holds you for that brief moment, she whispers 2 words into your ear. I approve. As she pushes away. Right then, all of you, go get cleaned up. I don't want to see any muck or filth on the dance floor, as she winks towards Alara. More than welcome to join at the manor to get yourselves cleaned up. We'll see you all there shortly. As she turns and begins to make her way out of the town hall. The rest of the council members also start to disperse, but not before giving pats on the back and nods of approval to all of you.
So, Ash, you have a kid?
Ah.
I never said I had a kid. Did I say I
Your
had a kid?
sister. Your sister has a kid.
Oh, a nephew.
No, my
Niece?
mom and dad. There's me. There's my little sister and a little baby, which I don't know what it is. Sorry.
A big family, but
I mean, Kitarian is hard to understand. I'm not sure that's how we say it. I guess. I don't know.
yeah, interesting.
With your sibling?
Yeah.
You got this baby.
I guess I didn't
What's their
think
name?
about that.
I don't know. The baby was born. I was here. I didn't receive a letter or anything like that. I just cried on the village and saw it.
Oh, you can scry too?
Yeah.
That could be really helpful. Maybe you can help me scry later.
At the party?
Or, I don't know, tomorrow or whatever. Whenever we start calling people. Yeah.
Stop
we
putting
really
that on.
should do that now.
Maybe we should
I
for the
think so,
party.
too.
Start drunk dialing
Oh,
people.
okay. I don't want to. Okay,
That's the
yeah.
evening. I'm assuming we're still kind of in the middle of the day, correct?
Correct.
So we still got a few hours.
Okay. So then, yeah, we'll call some people. Yeah, because I need to make some calls definitely before the end of the day. And then we'll get ready and then we'll go to the feast.
It's like a plan.
Man, Lucy, your mom's intense.
Hmm.
I think she's great. What do you mean?
Good luck with that, Alara.
Well, I think I can win her over.
I'm sure you can.
Trix looks super confident.
I know.
Well, no, I don't know. If anyone's good at winning people over, I'd say it's Alara. I'm not even being sarcastic.
Oh my
Look at that
gosh.
speech. Those people, they really took to that.
Laura will just hug Trix. And she'll just be like, this is the best moment we've ever had together.
And I'll just be like, as she's hugging me, like my arms are like clocked in that. It's like,
Okay.
Just accept it.
Okay. Should I just call now? Should I just call Rhea first?
Well, where are we? Who's
Scry
around?
on Gray first.
Find out if
Okay.
if Gray is still trapped, and then that way you can
Okay.
relay the message over to Quinn.
Okay. All right. I will scry on Gray.
Okay. As you all watch as Alara closes her eyes, muttering the same incantation you saw once before, she opens them once more. Her eyes once again turn to a milky white. Alara, as your consciousness leaves your body and begin to venture outward into Qatar, it moves very quickly, but seemingly you move north. As you begin to come to a stop, you find Gray out in the sunlight, high in the air, riding on the back of one of his dragons. A wide smile across his face. And as you look down, you note the hordes of undead soldiers spread across the landscape below him. But that, my friends, is going to be a story for another day.
He's fighting without us?
Did that bitch turn on us?
Villain. What if he's leading them?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was smiling.
Oh,
Well, he could be smiling because he's like, look,
'Cause
I'm
he's
gonna
like,
take out all these zombies.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah. Or
There
he
was
could be leading them.
definitely
always
no
just-
fighting happening in your scrying.
not
He's
yet,
having a great time.
but maybe. he's
Oh, no.
So can we tell? from
Wait,
the
Betrayal!
scry?
What kind of dragon was he riding?
A brass one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The betrayal.
a possible betrayal.
Yeah, we don't know. We
What
don't
else?
also jump to any conclusions, people.
Maybe it's like that smile that, like, you know you're gonna die, but like you're meeting death head on kind of smile.
Unless
Mhm.
he's
I don't
being
know.
Or he just
controlled,
sensed
'cause-
that you were scrying on him. He was just like, "Hey."
It's like, it's Alara.
Well, now I can call him. How did he get out? Oh, man. Well, I'll have to call him. I'll have to call him and see what he says. And hopefully I'll still have my change of fate.
Yeah.
You have
We'll
5,
have
4
to find
charges.
out. We'll have to find out next week.
Uh,
Yeah.
So we've got a giveaway to do.
Yeah, we do.
Exclamation dice in chat. If you haven't already, we are giving away a wonderful pair of sketch dice from our friends over at Mithril Armory. Big shout out to them for their continued sponsorship for our giveaways. Guys, these are fantastic. Check out our TikTok. We posted a bunch of things on our TikTok of some of the arts that some of our cast members have done with the dice. And I have to say, I've played with them. They're super awesome. And as a dice maker, I figure I know a thing or two about what I'm talking about. So yes, exclamation mark dice in the chat. You have to be following in order to win. And we will give you a few moments for that. Once again, a quick shout out to our new sponsors at World Anvil. World Anvil is a wonderful world building software. They've just recently released a new thing that I have to pull up right here, which is their whiteboards that just came out. It offers a user a canvas that can apply to elements, connect articles, and draw diagrams on the way that they see fit. This can be done to do things like figure out your character arcs. You can use that for storyboarding everything. Figuring out how your world navigation works. I've played with it a little bit beforehand. It is fantastic to use. I'm a big fan of whiteboards. So yeah, go check them out. Of course, you can use World Anvil for free, but if you would like some more of their more intricate stuff, use the code Careful Cantrip at checkout. You get 40% off 12 months.
40%. It's crazy.
40%'s a big one. That's no
Crazy.
little amount. For 12 months is a long time. But with that said, we are going to go ahead and wrap up the draw. Let me go ahead and hit the button. I don't see any more things coming in, so I will close the entries. And if we can get a drum roll, please. And the winner of tonight's dice is none other than the lovely, talented Mendari. Congratulations to Mendari if you are here. I saw her come in earlier. She might be lurking in the background. Congratulations, Mendari, for your win on the dice. We will make sure to reach out to you to find out where to send those bad boys to. But yeah, that's all we have for tonight. I am going to quickly, if someone could buy me a little bit of time.
Hey guys.
Hi, guys.
How are you doing today? How are you specifically doing?
How you doing?
Does anyone
Yeah.
know where we can purchase time?
Oh my god.
How's everyone feeling? What's new? What's
Is anyone
happening?
else's butt sweating a whole lot?
Yes.
Like nerves.
Yes.
Anyone else suffering from a little booty sweat?
Yes.
I mean, probably would if it wasn't like.
I don't know. Do
freezing
cloacas
here.
sweat?
Oh, we almost got one episode.
Nice.
The end of the
Nice.
episode.
That is what I like to hear, folks.
Oh,
All
God.
right. We are going to go raid a channel that is near and dear to my heart because they are a bunch of dice makers. Some of you might know them. Ribinator from YouTube. Oh my gosh.
Bless you. Wild magic.
I got to roll a D20 on that. We're D100. Level Up TV is the name. We're going to go ahead and raid them tonight. Hashtag CC Love Raid because that's what we do around here. Yeah, stick around for the raid because it helps us out a whole bunch if you do. If one of my mods can go ahead and drop the raid message down in chat, I will get the raid started.
Oh,
There it
Fal
is.
got it.
Val's got it. Thank you so much, Val.
Crimson's got it.
Hashtag CC Love Raid. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was an absolute blast, as it always is. But before I leave you for the evening, I have one message to all the adventurers out there. Whether making a heroic speech in front of a large gathering of people, or meeting your potential mother-in-law for the first time, I beg of you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. We'll see you all in the next one, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.